Hi, I'm Theo Wanne, here to introduce you to our all-in-one Mouthpiece Refacing Kit. Comes in this great box to carry it around with a magnetic closure. When you first open it up, you'll see the Theo Wanne Mouthpiece Refacing Basics book. I designed this book because there simply is and has been no good book on the market. So this book will give you all the information you really need to do mouthpiece refacing. I designed it to be very accurate, yet at the same time very easy to read so that the ideas can be comprehended very simply. So first, definitions, so we're all on the same page talking about the same parts of the mouthpiece. Next, all the tools you need. Now, these tools are all in this kit. You'll also need sandpaper, a flat surface, and files. You can buy the glass plate and files on our website if you want, and there's further information here on this page too. The tip opening gauge tells you how to use this. You can also see our tip opening gauge video. That tip opening gauge has our accurate tip on it. The accurate tip is a round ball that will not scratch your mouthpiece when you're measuring the tip opening, yet because it's round there's a very distinct center mark so you know exactly where you're measuring. Because it's digital, it's also easy to read, and you can read it in either inches or millimeters. Next, I talk about different ways to hold the mouthpiece. This is very important so that you actually get accurate measurements and flat tables. Then I talk about how to flatten the table, your facing curve, and how to measure them. See our feeler gauge and glass gauge video, and the measurements that you want. This is gold. This is basically the best medium facing curves that exist, and if you follow this guideline, you'll always have great playing mouthpieces. Now, here we use the traditional glass gauge, which is millimeters times 2. So what that means is when you see 10, that's actually 5 millimeters. When you see 40, that's actually 20 millimeters. I believe this traditional system came about so that if we had, say, a 12.5 length facing, we could just say 25, which is simpler. We also sell an actual millimeters gauge for those of you wishing to just have it read what it actually is. Now in this kit, we've got our basic feeler gauge set. This has all the smaller size or thinner gauges that you need in order to reface mouthpieces. Now, if you're doing very big tip openings or get really into this art, I recommend our advanced feeler gauge set which comes with some very thick feeler gauges. Again, not necessary to get started doing mouthpiece refacing, but the thicker gauges are helpful if you start doing a lot of it. Next, how to do the refacing itself, make the tip opening bigger or smaller, and finally, how to shape the baffle. So, with this kit, I wish you much luck in your mouthpiece refacing.